Professor Black Ops, you see it. Let's get it. The car of the future. Ford applies for a patent on the car that can automatically repossess itself. I just want to laugh so bad. You don't pay your car note, you come out, the car done drove itself back to the dealership. Come on, Ford. I don't think that's appropriate. So let's get into the article. You see it right there. Ford is considering a system that would allow a car to drive away without you. You stop making your monthly auto payments. I don't know why I want to stop laughing. And two is I know a lot of people drop off earlier. The other two things is if you don't pay your car note on time, instead of driving away, it'll start making obnoxious noises. I don't know if that's the car with the car horn with the blinking lights. And the other one was real super interesting to me is at the bottom of the article, and we're going to get to it, is your car knows where you drive to work, pick up your kids, so it want to let you drive to a couple locations, and it would block you from driving any other place, right? Because obviously it's self-driving car, so maybe it won't let you drive to the club or going out that night. So I thought those two were super interesting, but let's get to the article. Ford has some interesting ideas of what self-driving cars might soon be able to do. Besides freeing us from the tedium of commuting, the company envisions a car that could repossess itself. I don't know why that's got me laughing. The company envisioned cars that could repossess itself, according to a document recently published on the United States Patent and Trademark Office website. Ford is considering a system that will allow car to, on its own, leave you if you stop making your monthly payment. So you somewhere out, you come out, your car that drove itself to the dealership because you missed a couple payments. Don't worry though, the patent hasn't been approved yet. Ford insists it's just a thought, but that's how those patent goes. You throw them out there, and they become reality. So, but I don't know why that's just making me laugh. We don't have any plans to deploy this, Ford said in a statement, pointing out that the company was granted, not just applied for, but actually granted 1,342 patents last year. That's an average of 3.7 patents a day. I guess I didn't know Ford was doing that much innovation, right? Because patents is a new idea. Companies apply for patents to protect ideas from being used by others, whether or not they actually use the intellectual property themselves, explained patent attorney Michael Messenger, a partner in the Washington, D.C. office of the firm of Foils. These processes can take a long time. It's with lots of back and forth, but maybe some parts of Ford 14-page application filled with ideas of getting people to pay up may be more patentable than others. Before getting to the point where the car will simply drive itself, delinquent repairs would be subject to a litany of annoyances. First, badgering the messages on the owner's smartphone, even on the screen inside the car. The message would demand at least an acknowledgement, or better yet, an on the spot payment, right? So the car is gonna be letting all your friends know in the car you ain't paid, your phone gonna blow up. If the owners persist into ignoring these messages, the vehicle, in the words of Ford patent application, initiate execution of a multi-step repossession procedure. Step one involves making the owner pay in other ways. Features like the air conditioning, cruise control, the radio might stop working. Some of these are already possible in many vehicles. So I got to say that one more time. Steps involve making the owner pay in other ways. Features like air conditioning, cruise control, the radio might stop working in other ways. If that doesn't work, the vehicle could become proactively irritating. The stereo might be programmed to emit an incessant, unpleasant sound every time the owner is present in the vehicle. This would be just one way to turn off the noise, which would, of course, involve making a contact at the lending institution to address the payment delinquency. Failing that, the car will make itself unusual by, for the starters, refusing to unlock the doors. This is where things can really get complicated. I never thought about your door wouldn't unlock or start just because you didn't make payments. I don't know why that's making me laugh. Borrowers might need to drive to work in order to earn money to pay back the loan. The car will be restricted to itself only be taken to work and maybe to buy groceries or drop the kids off at school. That's it. And all the while, the drivers will be unable to listen to the stereo, might not have air conditioning, could be subject to irritating and unstoppable noise. Let me know in the comments if you think that's overreach. I always talk about government overreach or a car. I call it government overreach. They should block the car companies from being able to do that. And this is the issue of what to do. There's a medical emergency in a situation like this, according to the Ford application. The car could be enabled to drive itself to the nearest emergency room or even coordinate with emergency medical personnel and rendezvous at the location. The car then will go back to locking out its owner. Only the most streamlined payment scenario would the car receive an off-the-air command to quit its owner. In that case, if the car is incapable of fully driving itself in traffic, it might just move itself to a place where it'd be easy for the tow truck to retrieve it, like the edge of the street, right? Because I know a lot of people be trying to hide their cars, park their cars. Your car gonna drive itself in the street to make it easier for it to get towed. Sometimes those borrowers who are behind on payments will take the steps of locking their car in the garage or placing it somewhere that makes it impossible to simply drive itself away. In the end, a good old fashioned human being taking back the car may be the only answer. So while Ford's idea for self-repossessing car might never be granted an actual patent, some of the ideas included in the patent, a car that makes horrible noises if you don't pay, for instance, or lets you drive only to one or two places, those might be patentable. It may not have been your idea of the car of the future, but if you don't pay, it just might be you. So once again, Professor Black Ops, let's make those car payments because we don't want the car of the future automatically driving itself to the dealership. I don't know why that's just making me laugh. Once again, Professor Black Ops, uh, the good and the bad of technology, your car repossessing itself. Once again, Professor Black Ops.